Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday. Um, I see Joey's already been in. Hey, Joey. It's been super hot. Um, I know it has for most everybody, especially here, too. Um, the temperature has only been like around 89. The heat index will get on up there to like 102, 103. And I know other places have it way worse than that. But it's been taking its toll on anybody that's working outside and just have to put up with the heat. Um, for anybody that didn't see Derek's latest video, we had another baby rat snake in here last night. Um, uh, it was terrifying once again. Um, this is showing I've only got one person watching. Oh, there's another. um, like I said, not sure how many people's going to be in. If you can come in, fine. If you're watching this later, great. Um, but yeah, Derek's latest little video he put out, we had another baby rat snake. Although it was still a baby, it was a little bit bigger than the last one. It's just crazy. We don't know how they're getting in. But yeah, he was right here in this computer room again. So it was. I hope that's not making a what there.
Video was short.
Yeah, Derek's video was a short. Um, but yeah, I hope that don't make a habit of finding baby rat snakes in here. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, thanks for being here. Um, and this time we didn't see him like pre beforehand. I was sitting in here yesterday evening, but and I thought I heard something maybe bang against the wall, but with us having some mice running around too, I just assumed when I turned and looked and didn't see anything that it was just a mouse, that had skirted along the baseboard and disappeared. And that last night around 8 o'clock, when I found him, um, I realized then that's probably what I actually heard. He was up under the vacuum cleaner. Yes, Suburban Hillbilly, they are probably just trying to, I don't know, probably find somewhere cooler. But I wish they would, find a vacancy elsewhere. Hi, Scotty. Yeah. And at least, I mean, I hate to have any kind of snake in the house, but I guess if I had my druthers, I'd rather it be a rat snake than something, more worse. But this one was a tiny bit bigger, which I guess too, they're again, they're not knowing how they're getting in. If they were any bigger, they might not be able to get in. So um, I guess it's a good thing that they're small, but at the same time, I don't know what size that we might encounter that they can get in here. Y'all, my voice is maybe just a little scratchy. We went to Rhonda Saturday and just had a good time hanging out. And um, so between the little karaoke in and just talking and stuff, my voice has got a little hoarse. But I think everything's trying to beat the heat. Um, so I'm hoping anybody can find a cool spot. Our four air conditioners are just, I mean, working overtime. I dread to see our light bill this time. But I mean, I always fuss about the light bill, but then I don't fuss about staying, cool and comfortable. But it is probably gonna hurt our feelings when we open that envelope. No, Scotty, rat snakes aren't poisonous. Um, Now, there's some snakes that even though they're not poisonous, that if they should bite you, they might could kind of make you feel sick or something. But no, they're not venomous. Oh, I doubt that, Suburban Hillbilly. I don't know. You might, if you come here and sing, you might just bring all the critters in to hear. We had some honeybees one time take up. Um, just as you come off of our front porch, we got a pine tree right there. And I had actually come home from work one day and I was seeing something on that lowest tree limb, but I couldn't quite make it out. And the closer I got, I realized it was a swarm of honeybees. And the way they were hanging there on that limb, it actually looked like a pine cone. And they were, of course, some stragglers flying all around it. So I was almost scared to walk by because I'm allergic to bees. And they only stayed though for about a day, day and a half, and then when I come back home, they had done found a more permanent home. So I was glad to see them go. Um, but that's one reason too. I just don't like warm weather. Just all this stuff out and about the bugs and the bees and the crawly things, and um, I can just do all, without all of that. Yeah, Derek was actually talking to Rebecca on the telephone. Rebecca touched my yarn, and I had kind of scooted through the living room on the way to the kitchen to get me another cold snack, and I just happened to get right back into the hallway to where I can look in this room. And when I was looking down, that's when I saw him, and I'm glad he had come out though from under the vacuum cleaner long enough for me to see. And I I don't know how loud I screamed and what all I might have said, but Derek definitely knew there was something else in this room that he needed to come get. Now, I've never been fond of tomato sandwiches, suburban. Now Derek loves them. Now he actually likes his toasted, the bread to be toasted as well. I've just never cared much for a tomato sandwich. Now I love just to eat like tomato slices. Hey Joey, um, and it's actually been quite a long time since I've had a banana sandwich. I used to eat those all the time with mayonnaise. That was always good. Actually, with this heat, something like that does seem more appealing, than just a hot supper meal. Just some kind of sandwich, either with cold slices of tomato or just something cool and comforting. But yeah, our poor little air conditioners, they don't hardly ever go off. I mean, they struggle to even keep it comfortably cool in here. Um, which now we're not some of these that set them down real low. I know our big unit, we just normally keep it like on, I think it's actually set on 76. Um, because I mean, that's comfortable in here for this double wide. Um, but it does not, sometimes when Derek gets home from work, it'll be 80, 81 showing on the thermostat. Hey, Melinda, thanks for being here. I have already mentioned about our other visitor, the rat snake. um, it really blew my mind that there was another one in here. I mean, it actually took me a second to look and for my mind to register. Am I seeing what I think I see again? I mean, it was almost like deja vu. It did surprise me that that's what it was. It's still baffling though how they are getting in. Um, I've kind of I don't know. I don't think it's the air conditioner vent anymore. I think they're actually coming up on the porch and can just slither under our big, wood living room door. Because I actually saw one do that one time. And with these being babies, I think there's just enough of a gap that they can. Um, I hadn't thought about that, suburban. They may be under the house. Yeah, I'll have to make Derek do that. one day. Which, and it doesn't help that our yards look like they do. Um, we've got to get our lawnmower really fixed and get this yard cleaned up because there's no telling what all kinds of critters is in this jungle of yard that we're in. Anything can be hiding in it. Hey, Lynn, thanks for being here. I hope you're doing good. Oh, Melinda, yeah. Yeah, Joey. I actually thought about that too, getting some mothballs to throw around the house, and I think sulfur does it too. Um, yeah, we definitely need to get something, but I do think it is mothballs. Yeah, Melinda, it was. I don't know. I am surprised I didn't go through a wall. It's what I said in Derek's little short video comments. I think I invented some new cuss words too. But it was just so shocking to see another one in here. I mean, we've been in this actual trailer for 17 years, and now we've had. I mean, never had a snake in here except the little one that I watched kind of slither under the door that time. But he didn't get as far as the little spot right there where you first walk in, and I was able to get him out with a shovel. But go from never having one in here to now this is two in less than 2 months, and it's just it's got me a little concerned actually. Oh yeah, suburban hillbilly. They can just because even if a snake is dead, especially like a rattlesnake or copperheads, any of them, they can still physically bite you. Something about their nerves, because there's been lots of people bit thinking they're picking up a dead snake, but it's not. Well, it is, but it ain't. I mean, it's one of those weird things. Yeah, Derek didn't have to shoot. I don't think he would have anyway. But and he come running in here without his mag light, like he took care of the other one with. But his little steel-toed size 12 shoe took care of him. Daddy having a service station, he would change lots of lawnmower tires over the years, and um, he would always just run his hand, around the inside if the tire was flat. And, um, after he had heard a story though of a guy who changed tires in the town over, he was changing a tire or lawnmower tire or something, and he did that very same thing. Just take your hand and run around the inside of the tire looking for whatever caused it to go flat. And we don't really know how true it was, but this is what we heard that he actually encountered a rattlesnake fang that had flattened that little lawnmower tire, and it actually stuck him in the finger. And I don't remember if he passed away from it or if he really, you know, about died. But Daddy was a little more weary to do that with any kind of tire, especially lawnmower tires, because some of those tubeless tires, they were kind of so thin walled that in this particular case, the rattlesnake had actually bit the tire and caused it to go flat. Hey, Piggy, thanks for coming in. Yeah, Daddy changed lots and lots of lawnmower tires this time of year. Something else that would make one of those flat roast thorns, they would flatten lawnmower tires as well. Yeah, Melinda, getting back to the snakes. Yeah, yeah, they can still bite. Yeah, yeah. If you're going to dispose of one, definitely. Um, an open door. I just hope everybody's trying to or attempting to stay cool and successful at it. Which Derek still haven't planted anything. Like I said, it's just been so hot that when he gets home from work, um, he does just like to sit down and cool off for a little bit. That's one reason he didn't do his live last Wednesday. Um, he was just so just wore out from the heat. Um, yeah, suburban hillbilly. Um, and it has always been, which he has mowed where we park, so it's not like I'm stepping out of my vehicle or getting into it, in super tall grass. But just about every other spot in the yard does have the taller grass. Um, it's kind of so thick and all right past our porch that when I got home from work the other evening, I was walking up to the doorsteps and a bunny was actually hiding in the grass. I mean, a full size bunny rabbit, and which I scared the poor thing about as bad as he scared me. But it really did get me to thinking about what all could be in that grass, and we just don't know it. Yeah, Piggy. That's what's so bad here in South Georgia. Our actual temperature is only like about 88 or 89, but the humidity is so high that the heat index is like 103. So and it's funny how you know 20 degrees hotter just in the heat index than what the temperature is or for 15. It's just that's what gets us the humidity. I mean, I wouldn't even mind it being 89 if it would just be a true 89 with no humidity. That would be better to me than being 89 with a heat index of 103. Oh yeah, Piggy. I was seeing on the news that just with this kind of weather and it being hot basically all over the U.S. Um, that more people are experiencing heat strokes and heat related illnesses. Um, but for somebody that has to be out in it, it can sneak up on you quickly. I know one time years ago here when we still had our single line, um, our yard is just big enough for a ride mower, but just small enough that we used to just use a push mower. But I was out there one day mowing, and I didn't really think that I was that. I mean, of course, I was hot because it was summertime in South Georgia. You're expected to sweat and get hot. But I was mowing, and I actually found myself. I got chilled. I actually was cold for a few minutes, and I immediately just let go of that handle, turn the mower, let it go off, and come in the house and just slowly drink me some water and stuff because I knew that was a kind of a symptom that if you're so hot that you get cold, that's bad. Yeah, Piggy. I'm glad you're getting everything seen about and being able to get it fixed. Yes, Bourbon Hillbilly. I'm sure that kind of weather will, especially if they're just coming up, it will. I'm sure blister them and wilt them. It's just the kind of weather we've been having lately. You don't even have to do anything outside. Like working it. You can just stand there for just a few minutes and just start sweating. So I do feel sorry though for anybody that actually has to be out there, um, especially all day, doing something in the heat. Yeah, Melinda. Actually, I'm not sure if we hit it today, but our heat index today is supposed to be around 103. And thank you, Scotty, for being here. You have a good evening. I'll see you the next Tuesday. Hi, Joey. Yeah, I think my temperature just went up. Just mentioning coffee and chili. But I've got a customer that even through the summertime, they like to drink coffee. And they actually tell me that drinking a cup of coffee actually cools them off. Um, I'm not that big of a coffee drinker, so I've never really tested that theory. But um, I've had a few other people tell me that. Oh yeah, suburban. Um, it don't take long to get dizzy and stuff just from doing that in heat. Oh, I might have missed something Melinda said. Oh, about the heat index. Yeah. Which now here, I think it's going to be towards the end of the week. We're supposed to get um, on upwards of about 106. I think the 108 heat index ourselves. Which now we've had rain every day, and the problem with that though that the rain has helped cool it off a little bit just for a short time though, and then the black clouds go away and the sun comes back out and it seems to just get, I don't know, like 10 times hotter than what it was before it rained. So the rain really is not helping keep us cool at all. Which now we were needing some rain too. We had got off the dry again. Um, it was raining this morning actually about 5:15. Then it started raining again a little after lunchtime. Um, but then, like I said, the sun come back out after about, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock, and it just, like I said, it actually felt hotter than what it did before it started raining. Oh, the coffee never worked for you, Suburban? It didn't cool you down? Like I said, I've often heard that too, but I'm just not that big of a coffee drinker um, to try it. Yeah, Piggy, I hate to hear that. Yeah. Um, Sorry, y'all. I was reading the chat. Um, Hi, Joey. Um, we've just had those little pop up little thunderstorms, but they seem to be, happening every day. Even when we were at Rhonda's Saturday, it rained. Which now I didn't think it had rained that much because it had rained some that day, and then it had rained some that night. And when I was talking to her Sunday morning, her husband Michael went out there to the rain gauge and had poured out nearly 3 inches of rain. And he was certain that he had poured it out from the last time they got some, but it must have been a heck of a rain, and we just didn't realize it was coming down like it was. Yeah, any kind of nerve damage can be very, very excruciating bad. I've always been lucky in that regard. Um, I mean, I'm not healthy, but I don't have any, um, you know, anything like that going on. Um, I do take a blood pressure medicine and a baby aspirin every day. Which that was something I was supposed to have done today. I took my last blood pressure pill this morning and forgot to go to the pharmacy today. So I've got to do that in the morning just so I can go take my blood pressure pill, which I'm just on 50 milligrams of losartan. Derek's actually on 100, so worst case, I guess I could cut one of his in half. But then I was tempted to do that one time before, but I'm not sure if his is one that you could cut in half. Sometimes pills can be cut in half with no problem, but then sometimes if you break one, sometimes it'll just render it useless. So I was a little worried to do that. Sorry, got my cold snack. Yeah, Piggy. Sometimes that's just the way life goes. Okay, Suburban Hillbilly. Um, and that's going to hold true for any peel. So if it can be cut in half, it will have a line on it. I'll have to start looking then. Sorry, y'all. I told you my voice is still a little scratchy from my karaoke singing at Rhonda's Saturday. Okay, Suburban. I'll definitely remember that. Because I know some pills, like my grandma used to take, I noticed they had the line on them, but I didn't know if that was something that was like a universal code or what. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, getting back to supper, like I was talking about a while ago, I am kind of liking the idea of just something cool, something like a good sandwich, maybe with a slice of tomato on it. Nothing heavy, nothing hot. Nothing like Joey's chili and coffee combo. But y'all know now, chili is pretty good. I could probably eat that year round. That and vegetable soup. I like vegetable soup too. But there's just something more special about it, I think, during the cold months. It's kind of like we always talk about, like when I do Thanksgiving dinner, um, do the turkey and dressing. And dressing is something now that I could just eat probably every day. Um, but it is kind of one of those dishes that you only have once or twice a year at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then it's not done again, or it's not done here anyway. Um, I make it twice a year, and that's it. And I ain't just bragging on myself. I know I said earlier in other videos that I want a good cook, but I will brag on my dressing. Um, that is one of the things that I can do pretty well, which I follow one of Mama's old recipes, and But yeah, and I'm not knocking Rhonda's dressing, but it's edible. But bless her heart, I really don't know what she does different. Um, but it's good. I shouldn't even have said that in case she's watching. But um, I will just go ahead and brag. Mine's better. Have a burrito logo. I actually today went to the sandwich shop Subway. I was in here last night and saw um, their little dippers advertised, so I got curious and what they are. So I went today and got all three of them. They got a double cheese, pepperoni and cheese, and chicken and cheese, and then you can get just different sauces with them. And um, they're only $3, but it's just their flatbread, and they put now ours. They just put a bare minimum of ingredients, meats and cheese on there, and then wrapped it up and they throw it in a little toaster. They weren't they weren't bad, but I'm glad I tried them. But that's probably not something that I'm just going to go back and get again because they didn't impress me that much. But of all three of them, I preferred the chicken and cheese one, and I got the honey mustard to dip it in. Derek, what is my dressing video? I don't know what that is. Yeah, Piggy, getting back to your burrito. Derek has a Mexican place where in the town he works at, and first time that I ever got like a burrito or something from there, it shocked me at the portion it was. I mean, it was huge. I kind of guess I got used to like Taco Bell's food and stuff, but these were, I mean, you could make a meal out of it, probably have leftovers, and the price wasn't really that bad for as much food as you were getting. So that was good. Oh yeah, I wish I could cut down on some of my portions. I overeat, and I am one of these. I tend to eat with my eyes. Um, so I know me and Derek used to watch. It was the Food Network, and I can't remember Melissa Day Arabian. I think she did the $10 meal for like spend $10 and feed four people. And I forget what she had cooked one time on there, and this has been years ago. I told Derek, I said, "There's no way four people, could eat that." Derek would, he said, "Well, you know, her four people, including her, has proper portions. They don't eat, overeat. So yeah, the portions that she was showing per person was probably standard, whereas I would get more than one little piece of something or more than one spoonful of something. Thanks for being here, Melinda. Enjoy supper and stay cool. Yeah, I don't blame her. Somebody hollered, you know, dinner's ready. I'd probably go running too. Oh, Derek. Yeah, I forgot that I had mentioned dressing. When you type dressing, I'm thinking ranch that you put on salad, that kind of dressing. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I may have to do a dressing video. Um, yeah, we might save that closer to the holidays though. Yeah, that is something. Because I had thought about doing a few cooking videos, and that is something I could definitely do a video on my chicken or yeah chicken dressing, because that's what's crazy too. I mean, it's got chicken in the dressing, but then we have it with turkey. So, um, I'll figure yeah. Um, or sometimes though it's better to go ahead and use one because I mean it's not making or saying that you can't get around without it, but if it's just for that added support and even protection, I mean it may be a better thing to use it. Which Daddy always had. He had a little walking cane there for a little while, and um, he would wind up leaving it somewhere. He'd just park it, and then go somewhere else, and then couldn't remember where he put it. So most of the time, he would just walk around without his. I didn't even look at my notifications. I don't know if Tony is doing game night tonight or not. I know he had to cancel a few lives due to his pain returning. Um, but like I said, I hadn't even looked to see if he's going live tonight with a game and who might be playing. I know I've always liked the trivia type games, um, just to kind of see what useless, and most of it is just useless information, that some people know. But and truthfully, I mean, I learned even from watching Christine play. There were things that I learned that I didn't know. Um, Getting a wrong answer, but once you get the correct answer, it's interesting. And there again, it just kind of gets added back to some of that other useless information that you've got going on, inside your head. 'Cause I remember being in school and we'd learn, about something, and we would always raise our hand and ask the teacher, like, when is this ever gonna have to be known? I mean, really, at what point in time would I ever have to know that George Washington said charge, at I think it was the Delaware River? And there again, it's just like, useless stuff. But if it should ever come up on a trivia game, I'm picking whatever answer, letter corresponds to charge or Delaware River. And I could have that so totally wrong. This year actually makes 29 years since I graduated high school. So it's next year will be our 30th reunion, which I don't do much school reunions. Um, I just never have really cared to. Yeah, Peggy. Um, I get that. I understand that completely about fighting it as long as you can. I don't even know what the temperature is outside right now. I know the sun's still shining bright. You know, because I think around 4 o'clock, supposed to be like the hottest part of the day. Um, but it's just and that's something else too. It's not cooling down at night like it used to. I mean, we're still sometimes in the mid to upper 70s at night, so that don't help a temperature during the day either because it gets warmer sooner. I'm hoping that we can get through this evening and not have any more critters show up. And I did find that strange too that both times little rat snake was in here in the computer room where I basically stay in the evenings, and both times it was me that found it. Um, and I hate to dwell back on it again, but I guess that is one thing floating around in the back of my mind. Um, how many more maybe in here? We just don't know it. Because had that one not presented itself last night, I mean, it could have just took up shop under my vacuum cleaner until I went to move it. I mean, but I guess the scary thing is too is where was he trying to go when I saw him? Um, no, I just give myself cold chills thinking about that. I should have changed the subject, kept the subject changed. Um, but I've often heard that rattlesnakes travel in pairs. I don't know if that's just for rattlesnakes or if that holds true for maybe all snakes. I'm not sure. But these being what I consider babies, um, I don't want to find mommy. Which I don't know how baby these are. They could just be young juveniles. I don't know. But I want them to stay out of my house. I mean, I feel sorry for them because, like I said, they are probably coming in here looking for something. But I just don't want them in here. Well, yeah, Derek, with your arthritis. And I mean, you're going to be 51 in a couple of weeks, few weeks. But she does drive a forklift all day. So I mean, he's constantly, sitting down and moving his shoulder, to work the lever and steering wheel and stuff. And I know that can't be good on his joints. Mm. There's several people that'll start, have started using more natural um, supplements and stuff to help. My arm's itching again. I know I told y'all that story last time. That one time my arm was itching at work and I reached up my sleeve and pulled out a dryer sheet. That was both kind of hilarious and embarrassing though at the same time because it was kind of like one of those to-doll moments, like a musician, pulls out scarves or something. Um, so anytime my arm itches now, I expect a dryer sheet to be hiding somewhere in my shirt sleeve. I thought Rhonda might pop in and chat, but she's probably um, got home from work and crashed in her recliner. Um, she don't have to be outside um, a lot, so it's not really the heat. And I know I've mentioned this in other videos, but where her and her husband work, they have to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So um, they'll work usually from 5 till like 3:30 in the afternoon. So I know when she gets home, she's just tired. Which they have a very early bedtime too. And usually when the time changes, I mean, they're going to bed with it bright as day outside. And that's what she said. It takes them a little while to get used to that. Because it's one thing to go to bed, when it's dark, but when it's still bright daylight, and your mind just kind of tells you, although you can be tired, but it does kind of play with your mind because it's still, you know, it's not night. It doesn't feel like night when it's still bright daylight at 8 o'clock or even 7:30. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Um, yeah, when it is bad though with joint pain of any kind, whether it's in your elbows or knees or shoulders or wherever. Um, it can definitely um, be just debilitating and very painful. Well, guys, it's only 10 till, um, and it's not that I'm just running out of things to say, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm just getting tired or just the heat of the day has just started getting to me. But and not knowing if Tony's going to have his game show on, tonight too. I'll probably just try to go ahead and let y'all be going. And um, I really have enjoyed seeing everybody. Um, but like I said, this heat is just it gets to everybody. Um, which we weren't that busy today at work, but sometimes it's those slower days that will actually make me feel more tired. Um, it's funny. Sometimes it's like, which my Rhonda tells me this sometimes all the time that if you get up and do more things, you'll have more energy. But then I'll sit there sometimes like, but I don't have the energy to get up. But I totally get what she's talking about. Because, like I said, sometimes it's when we're super slow at work that I will just get so more tired and just sleepy and groggy. I'd rather be busy sometimes, but um, I was a Suburban Hillbilly bone spurs. Now I've been lucky; I've never had a bone spur, but I know other people that have, and I can just imagine how painful that is. Yes, Suburban Hillbilly definitely. Time does go by faster um, when you're busy, but then sometimes it's like I have other things I need to do, and time goes by too quickly. It's like sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already almost 5. I need one more hour to do something. Um, which this hours went by pretty quick. Um, which I always have fun talking to y'all and running my mouth. But like I said, just not knowing if Tony's going to be live or not. And, just kind of be wrapping up everything. Oh, Piggy, that just description alone of that is just awful. I'm grateful that I don't have anything like that going on. But y'all just have a wonderful evening. Stay cool. I know I've said that a lot. Um, but it's just so, I mean, yes, I know it's summertime, but it's just been so unusually hot for an extended period of time. We're used to having some very hot days, but it just seems like here lately it's every day that the heat index is above 100, and that's just something that we normally wouldn't have happen. Um, but maybe we'll all get some relief from this cooler weather. I mean, hot weather. Maybe we'll get some cooler weather, or at least just lower humidity. Because, like I said, that would help here. If it's just going to be 89 degrees or 90, be that. But warming up 11, 12 degrees in a heat index, to go from 90 to 103, 104. Um, oh, hello, no judgment here with Tish Ross, the podcast. Thanks for being here. Um, I'm sorry, I'm kind of on my way out tonight, but I appreciate you being here. Not sure if you've watched any of my other videos, but I don't do this every Tuesday. So like tonight's the second. I probably won't do another live until what would that be, the 16th. Um, but I appreciate you coming in. Iggy. Yeah, you are always cool. Well, I am going to let y'all go. Um, I appreciate everybody that's come in. And like I said, I probably won't do another live until the 16th. But I hope to see y'all back then. Um, until then, y'all just take care, stay cool, um, enjoy the evenings, and enjoy air conditioning. And hopefully, we won't have any more rat snakes to talk about on the 16th. Fingers crossed. But thanks everybody for coming in, and I'll let y'all go. Have a good evening. Love y'all. Good night.